I've talked about Palantir a lot on this channel, and for good reason. Palantir is a great company. They have year-over-year growth, customer growth, financial growth, quarter-over-quarter growth, contract growth, and they seem to be making all the right decisions, and they're sitting on $4 billion in cash. However, there is really one big elephant in the room that has potential to hold Palantir back, possibly even cripple the company, and potentially make it where Palantir might not be as profitable as they should be. In this video, I'm going to dive into a pretty serious issue surrounding Palantir, and is this going to be big enough to bankrupt, disrupt, or slow Palantir down? Well, that's what we're going to find out. So we're going to dive right in, and the discussion that I want to have right now is the issues surrounding Palantir that Alex Karp stated in a recent interview. I am going to quote verbatim things that Alex Karp said and the fundamentals that are going on around the company. But then in addition to that, I'm going to give you my 2 cents, my opinion, and what I think is going on and whether it matters or not, because this can be taken as a pretty big deal, and it couldn't come at a worse time than election year. Before we get into the video, if you guys are having trouble in the market, having trouble understanding the market, or just a beginner and don't know where to even start with at all, and you're having trouble trading, or maybe you're losing money in the market, if any of these pertain to you and you are looking for assistance and help to grow the financial freedom and wealth that you ultimately deserve, I offer a full training course, Discord, and one-on-one coaching, and I am driven every single day to help people just like you achieve your financial freedoms. I was at rock bottom only 5 years ago, and I've gotten myself to a position of financial freedom, and I told myself when I achieved that, I would help others. I can drive the cars that I want to drive. I just bought a new Land Rover cash. I also was able to buy dirt bikes for my kids, buy my mom a car, and pretty much be able to buy any new cars that I may want. But I told myself that as soon as I achieved financial freedom, I would ultimately help as many people as I possibly could. And this is a very serious mentorship. You guys can see on the screen, all my students in the Discord are making a lot of profits. I have students that are up 5 to 10% in only a month, and others are up 15 to 20 or even 30%. But my students are making consistent profits. They started at rock bottom, and now they're working their way out. I've turned my students from negative to positive, and students with small portfolios of 5 to 10 grand are now approaching $15,000 in their first month. If you guys are serious about your financial freedom and are looking for one-on-one coaching, I would love to help you. This is a serious mentorship. I have limited spots available. You guys can sign up at investwithcorey.com right there on the screen or in the information box below. And I really want to help you guys. I really do. So I look forward to speaking with you whenever that may be. And I wish you guys the best. So the issue surrounding Palantir is very political. There's a lot of things going on with Palantir. I'm going to read you guys verbatim exactly what is going on. That's according to Palantir CEO Alex Karp, who co-founded the company alongside Thiel. In an interview the New York Times published recently on Saturday, Karp, who supported and donated to Joe Biden in 2020, addressed the fact that Thiel's embrace of Trump and the negatives surrounding it. When asked whether Thiel's support of Trump made life harder or if it made getting government contracts easier, Karp told the outlet, "I didn't enjoy it." And I quote, "There's a lot of reasons I cut Biden a check," he added. "I do not enjoy being protested every day. It was completely ludicrous and ridiculous. It was actually the opposite. Because Peter had supported Trump, it was actually harder to get things done." Palantir did not respond to a request for comments from Business Insider. After supporting Trump in 2016, Peter Thiel became one of his major donors that election cycle and eventually joined Trump's presidential transition. The company's ties to Trump's White House and some of its work within the U.S. government fueled scrutiny and protests. Government contracts awarded to Palantir include work with the military, U.S. Customs, Border Protection, and the Department of Health and Human Services. When the Times asked Karp whether he and Thiel discussed how he felt about the situation, Alex Karp said, "Peter and I talk about everything. It's like, yes, I definitely informed Peter. This is not making our life easier," he added. Karp is supporting Vice President Kamala Harris in the 24 election. Thiel has not endorsed Trump this time around and has said that he does not plan to donate to any candidates. However, the billionaire told Times last month that he was coming around to the Trump campaign after the former president announced Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate. Thiel is even believed to be partially responsible for Trump tapping Vance, a former venture capitalist who worked for Thiel's investment firm, Mithril Capital. So you see, this gets a little bit tricky. J.D. Vance is associated with Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel likes Donald Trump, supported him in 2016. Alex Karp is a leftist or a Democrat. So now you've got this issue where they don't quite see eye to eye on that, but yet they're, teammates running this company. And they have two different political stances. Now, this can hurt a company. I don't think politics should really be involved in business like this. I think they should run the business and be politically neutral, but they're not. One is a Republican, one is a Democrat. There's no neutral position here. It's one and the other, and they're exact polar opposites in their beliefs. This can very well damage a company, hinder a company, and slow it down, and maybe even stop a company completely in its tracks. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I don't think politics really has any sort of position in this situation. Politics don't belong in a growing business and in business fundamentals. It doesn't matter about your political beliefs. You should be able to run your company while being politically neutral and politically respectful to everyone else. Now, I'm not saying that Alex Karp and Peter Thiel aren't doing this. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is the mere fact that Alex Karp has thrown shade at Peter Thiel, which he has done by saying it's not making anything easier. That's his way of saying, I really don't like it. And because he doesn't like it and thinks it's hurting the company, Peter Thiel stopped supporting Trump as publicly as he was. And apparently they're getting protested, meaning their opinions and their political views are causing tension for Palantir. And maybe the reason why Palantir has been held down quite a bit recently, at least up until the last couple of weeks. Now, I'm not going to go out and say that either of them are right or either of them are wrong because it's their own personal opinion. However, we're not setting a very good example here if you have two people running a business that don't see eye to eye and they're each telling each other that their opinions are hurting the company. Well, really, it's Alex Karp saying that to Peter Thiel. Let's just be honest here. So the issue here is we have a Republican and we have a Democrat. They're both seeing things their own way, but yet the Democrat is throwing shade at the Republican. Now, I'm calling this from a pretty neutral standpoint. Peter Thiel has not said anything about Alex Karp, but Alex Karp has said something about Peter Thiel. And I don't really think that he's the only Silicon Valley Republican because as of late, a lot have come out to support Donald Trump. Now, I'm not trying to turn this into a disaster video about politics, but in my opinion, this is a tricky situation to be in because if Donald Trump wins the election, where does that put Palantir? Where does that put Alex Karp? Is he going to be okay? Because Palantir didn't do too well during Donald Trump's first reign as president, although most of America did pretty well. For just being honest, the economy was good, gas was at its lowest, and food was cheaper, housing was cheaper. I mean, it is what it is. So if the economy was better then and Palantir wasn't as good, is it related? We don't know. They've had a chance to grow their company, get more contracts. They have to be more neutral. I guess you could say negative towards one another. If Alex Karp likes Biden Harris, that's fine. Peter Thiel likes Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, that's fine. As long as they don't throw shade at each other like Alex Karp has done, saying that it was harder to get things done. I would think that it's likely it was, but I just don't understand why people would throw shade at their fellow officers or partners in a company. And we also have to get past this political belief fundamental where people say, hey, I love the company and I love everything this guy's doing, but because he believes in something I don't believe in, I no longer support the company. There's no business for religion or politics in business. I think it's something that needs to be toned down. Mark Zuckerberg screwed up with Facebook in the election in 2020. He's even staying out of it. Now we have Elon Musk jumping in and we've got Alex Karp and Peter Thiel who are also kind of tangled up in this mess as well. It very well could hurt Palantir. A good company with good fundamentals should overcome something like this. But if the election gets weird, funky, and Alex Karp says anything else about it, or maybe Peter Thiel says something about it, this is not going to go well for Palantir. Anybody who supports Trump is not going to listen to things like that from Alex Karp, and anybody who supports Biden or Harris isn't going to listen to Peter Thiel. So it's best for the two of them to not throw shade at each other at all, not really say much. I think Alex Karp was fairly professional, but he threw shade at Peter Thiel in a professional way and shouldn't have done it at all. No pointing blame. Just say, hey, I have my beliefs, he has his, and we're trying to discuss it to stay more neutral in the situation, but we're not going to comment it on this any further. We're not going to comment on it at all going forward. That would have been better than saying he told Peter Thiel that it's making it more difficult, because that's blaming his beliefs on the reason why the company's not doing well. Like I said, best way to handle this situation is we talk, we don't really agree politically, but we're going to remain neutral and not discuss it publicly. That is how you should be handling business, in my opinion. However, it's not what they did. And I think it's a great company. And ultimately, could this hurt Palantir? Yes. Could the election cause problems? Anything's possible. It could. The election could also cause either of them to go on tangents or say other things that they shouldn't be saying. Will that happen? We don't know. It's yet to be seen. But in my opinion, opinion, best for them to keep their mouths quiet about all of this situation and just talk about their company aspirations and growth, and leave it at that. Only that, nothing political. I think Palantir will do okay. They're a strong company, strong fundamentals, strong growth, year-over-year growth, quarter-over-quarter growth, and a lot of really strong metrics, and sitting on cash and debt-free. Government contracts, 50-50 between commercial and government, so geopolitical issues won't affect them, because if commercial goes down, geopolitical causes government to go up. When government goes down, which it really never really will because of the issues going on in the world, the commercial aspect will do well. So they're a great company. Let's just keep it politically neutral and let's focus on the company. That's what they need to do. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Put your comments in the comment box below. What do you guys think of this issue between Peter Thiel and Alex Karp and this whole political nonsense they got going on between them? There's too much political tensions in this country. We don't need any more. If you guys are having trouble in the market, like I said before, and you're looking for financial freedom and to be able to live your life the way you want on your terms with time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, and you just are looking to grow your wealth, you're having trouble in the market, you don't know where to begin, you're not profitable, you're losing money, you're holding on to your losers, and then you're cutting your winners and just can't seem to get anything right. You buy stocks, buy shares, they go down. You sell them, then it goes back up. This sounds like problems you're having. I would love to help you. This is a serious mentorship. If you guys are looking to change this, I'm offering full Discord training course and one-on-one coaching, and I'm driven every single day, guys, to help you and people like you achieve your financial dreams and goals that you ultimately deserve. You guys can sign up at investwithcorey.com right there on the screen or in the information box below. Look, I was flat broke a few years ago, like 5 years ago, literally bankrupt, divorce, everything, the works, and now I can buy a new car cash, I can buy a new house, buy my kids what they want, buy my mom a new car, buy my dad a new car. I finally was able to achieve financial freedom, and my students that you can see on the screen are achieving a lot of profits and financial freedom right now in as little as 30 days. So if you guys want to put yourself in a position like my students are right now, be sure to sign up at investwithcorey.com or right in the information box below and book a call with my team and I so we can custom tailor a solution to fit your needs. I know this video's over, guys. I picked another video just for you. You're going to love it. And that video is right here. Click that video and I'll see you over there. I'm in 2 places at once. Click it. And remember, guys, till the next video, let's grow our wealth together. Take care, fam.